Now, the Russian Direct Investment Fund, which is also Russia's sovereign wealth fund, and Strides, the global pharmaceutical company headquartered right here in the country, they have partnered to produce and supply a minimum of 200 million doses of the Russian Sputnik V vaccine against coronavirus. Now, supply is set to be ready from the fourth quarter this year itself, and this will add to more than the 100 million doses already planned from other Indian manufacturers. So it is good news all the way for India and for the world as well. And for more on that, we are joined now by the CEO of Russian Direct Investment Fund, Kirill Dmitriev. He's the head of the Russian Direct Investment Fund and financed the development of the Sputnik V as well. He joins us live from Moscow now. Welcome to NDTV, or should I say welcome to India now. First up, I just wanted to understand from you, Kirill, 252 million shots of Sputnik V from the fourth quarter, like you said, quite an ambitious target. So you're clearly looking at not just providing these vaccines for India, but for the globe.
Yes, definitely. So first of all, we are great and very happy about our partnership with India. We believe that India is really a vaccine hub for the world, and we actually hope to produce more than 500 million doses of Sputnik V in India this year. And we will announce later on in the next couple of weeks about additional partnerships. But I think it's very significant, the partnership we announced today, because we believe that India is really a true hub of the vaccines, not only for Sputnik, but also for other manufacturers. And this is great that you build this great manufacturing capacity in India to really help to produce vaccine for India and to export it outside.
Well, that's true. So more manufacturers and more collaborations coming up. So that's big news at the moment. But obviously the question here is, when we talk about the timeline, and how soon do you plan to get the regulatory and the drug regulatory clearance here in the country? What's happening on that front?
Well, we hope to receive it actually within the next couple of weeks. Our partner, Dr. Reddy, is working very closely with the regulator. The results of some of the clinical trials have been submitted. So we expect the approval shortly. And we really believe in this great partnership with India because you just mentioned previously about mutations. We believe that Sputnik V works very well against different mutations. We proved that it's as efficient against British strain as against the previous original coronavirus. So we believe we'll work together with India very closely, and the approval will hopefully come in the next couple of weeks.
Sure. It's interesting you spoke about Dr. Reddy working very closely with the drug regulator, because if I remember correctly, it was in February where he actually approached the drug controller seeking emergency authorization. It wasn't granted then. What happened?
Well, I think, again, regulator is just asking to have all of the information. Our vaccine is already approved in 52 countries in the world. So today, Philippines approved it already. So it definitely, has got approval in all of the key markets. We have no doubt that India regulator will approve. We have great dialogue with them and with the Indian government. And again, we are not rushing this. We want to make sure that the Indian regulator is, positive. We've done the clinical trials in India to show that the vaccine works very well in India, and the results are very spectacular. So once again, we expect the approval very shortly, and I'm very happy with the professionalism of the Indian regulator we see.
Were there any specific concerns that the regulator talked about? Some more data, additional data that they require at that point?
No, not really. Just more standard information that we have provided to 52 other countries. So once again, really no concerns. Sputnik vaccination is going very successfully, not only in Russia, but also in Argentina, in United Arab Emirates and Mexico, in many countries. So frankly, we are one of the 3 vaccines in the world with efficacy more than 90%. We have partnership with AstraZeneca to give them our shot to increase efficacy of their vaccine. So we really is one of the best vaccines in the world, and we'll work very closely with India for sure.
Right. And just to sort of apprise my viewers of where Sputnik V is actually placed at the moment, the efficacy is about 91.6%. It's a 2-shot vaccine, can be stored at regular refrigerator levels, and the tech is human, the adenoviral vectors. It costs about $10 per shot is what we've been hearing from you. Any news on what the pricing could look like in India?
Well, again, we have the same price for all of the countries in the world, and we've been consistent. I think there are some discussions going on with Indian government about, vaccine produced in India. But so far, we have the same price in all of the countries in the world. And frankly, again, we applaud what Serum Institute has done in India to make vaccine very affordable. We see that Sputnik and AstraZeneca vaccine and, of course, Bharat vaccine are some of the most affordable vaccines in the world, and they cost, 2-3 times less than some of the US vaccines. And I think affordability is very important to really have successful world vaccines.
Right. So let me also just put this out for the benefit of our viewers. You were one of the first vaccines to get registered against coronavirus, right? The efficacy of Sputnik V, like you said, with the data published at Lancet, one of the world's most oldest and most respected medical journals. In fact, important to highlight that Sputnik is one of the 3 vaccines in the world with efficacy over 90%. Then, why do you think that there was this initial skepticism over the vaccine, say, over the Western formulas?
Well, I think, first of all, the skepticism is gone because some people just tried not to make Sputnik successful, but following results of the Lancet and successful vaccination, there is no more skepticism. I think the only questions that people are asking is about production of Sputnik, and here we have great partners.
But why do you think it existed in the first place?
Well, frankly, there are big pharma companies who are not very happy about some of the competitors that are coming to the world. But we believe that all of the different producers should work together, as we have a partnership with AstraZeneca. So we believe some players wanted to contain Russia, wanted to limit Sputnik V from accessing the world. But we just want to be one of the players. In none of the countries we can serve more than 25% of the population. So we are just part of the total portfolio solution. And frankly, all of the skepticism is gone. You see very positive reaction even from Europe and Germany, and Chancellor Merkel has been very positive.
Sure.
Places that have traditionally been skeptical a bit about, cooperation with Russia.
Sure. Let me, Kirill, put you in a bit of a spot right now. When you talk about India, and you know that we have other Indian vaccines here as well. There is Johnson & Johnson already in the pipeline, just like you, waiting for approval. How do you think Sputnik V actually fares against the other 2 Indian vaccines?
Well, first of all, I think we have great cooperation with AstraZeneca. And we believe that, given our shot to AstraZeneca vaccine, will make it more efficient. Johnson & Johnson, frankly, is just the first shot of Sputnik. So it's very straightforward. It's adenovirus 26, which is the first shot of Sputnik. And we will, work on that basis. And we believe it shouldn't be a competition of vaccine. There is, by the way, Serum Institute said this great point about vaccine really being in short supply for the next 2 years. So we have to understand vaccine is scarce. India is really a hub for the world for production of vaccines. And we should all work together, and we respect all of the other vaccines. They have done very well, they're saving lives, and we should be partners. And Sputnik V is open to give our shots to all of the other vaccine manufacturers if they want. It should be a spirit of partnerships and cooperation, and we see great results of Indian vaccines. It's great that India is doing so well on its vaccination.
All right, looking forward to that. Last question. Lots of stories doing the rounds regarding the name behind the Russian vaccine as well. Please explain to our viewers, where did the name Sputnik V actually come from? What does it stand for?
Well, we believe it's, one of the most recognized names. We've just done a poll. We'll share the results next week that 75% of the world population already heard about Sputnik V vaccine. And it just shows that Russia is an innovative player, country that contributed a lot, not only to space exploration, but also to immunology and other areas. And we are proud of Russian contribution, just as India should be proud of its contributions. And I think we should all respect one another and respect that Sputnik has been a great success before, and Sputnik V is a great success now.
All right, V for victory, as they say. Well, congratulations to you and good luck for the times ahead. Let's see, couple of weeks is what we are hearing at the moment from the drug regulator. Let's see what happens next. Thanks for speaking with NDTV.
Thank you so much.